Thank you.
Indeed, and we'll get to Anambra again shortly. Of course, Channels Television has got you covered as far as Saturday's election is concerned. But let's return to this particular issue that is not going away anytime soon. The designation of Nigeria by the United States as a country of particular concern and the efforts of the federal government to manage the situation. We saw the briefing yesterday. But how is the opposition weighing in on efforts by the federal government to manage the situation? Joining us is Mr. Chile Igbawa. He's a member strategy team, opposition coalition, and of course, member ADC, that's the African Democratic Congress. Mr. Igbawa joins us from our Abuja studio. Good morning, Mr. Igbawa. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
And so besides the briefing by the Minister of Information yesterday, we also have reports to the effect that the federal government is now making efforts to appoint ambassadors to diplomatic missions across the country. How well will this go, or how far will it go to stave off what some would say is already coming for Nigeria following President Trump's military invasion threat?
Well, thank you once again. First and foremost, those measures that are being taken now are measures that ought to have been taken in the ordinary course of governance years back. I mean, a government is assumed office over 2 years ago, and they don't have ambassadors across the world. It's not as if it's a new creation. We always had ambassadors in those places. So if we withdraw them, you should be able to put them back in time. So I think it's an evidence of incompetence that it takes the threat of President Trump for the Nigerian government to realize the need to have ambassadors, in their embassies across the world. Now, secondly, the fact that it also took the threat of Trump to begin to have explanations from the government shows a clear evidence of failure of governance. And I think that some of the presentations by government officials are clearly, unconvincing. For instance, my good friend and former colleague, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, just opened the Constitution and said, look, the Constitution provides for a secular state. So it is impossible to have, genocide. Now, we agree that it may not be completely genocide against one religious group as such, but does it mean that when the Constitution has a provision and the government in power doesn't take steps to implement it, would it mean that that provision automatically comes into force? So you will see that he was hard put to make a defense. It is no defense to say that because the Constitution provides, therefore this cannot happen. It's just the same thing for you to say that the Criminal Code of Nigeria provides in Section 419 against obtaining by false pretenses. Therefore, somebody says, I'm going to help you do something. You should be able to find out how do you want to do it. Or even suggest, this is how I think you can help. Because Trump has said, if Nigeria continues to show that it is incapable of protecting its citizens, in their own case, they are referring particularly to Christians, but Nigeria knows that they are not protecting anybody. Those who have no faith are being equally killed. Those who are Christians are being killed. Those who are Muslims are being killed. Those who are animists are also being killed. So it comes down to the point that this government is incapable of protecting the lives of the citizens of this country, which is the primary responsibility that the Constitution has placed on the government.
Indeed,
if the government doesn't do anything else, the Constitution expects that they should be able to protect lives and property of citizens. That they are not doing.
Indeed.
And I think that if it were a responsible government, it should be resigning and going home to pay way for those who can do the job.
Indeed,
that's my thinking.
Those who align with your position are saying that what we would rather have from the U.S. administration under Trump would be partnerships and not an invasion. But it appears as if that may not be, getting to those who should hear it at the White House or, within President Trump's cabinet, because this has come through yet again from the verified X account of the White House. Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening there and in numerous other countries. We stand ready, willing and able to save our great Christian population around the world, ascribed to President Trump. So whether or not the interventions by the federal government is getting to President Trump or members of his cabinet, we do not know, but it appears as if it's not, if we can go by this. But you also said earlier that this designation of country of particular concern on Nigeria also happened under former President Goodluck Jonathan. I'm not quite sure that is the case, but during what many call Trump 1.0, the first term of President Trump, yes, indeed, Nigeria was designated a country of particular concern. But let's understand how we got here in the first place. And the federal government is saying that foreign lobbyists are responsible for this narrative of alleged genocide against the Christians in Nigeria, foreign lobbyists in the United States. Is that really the case, Mr. Egbawa, from your own understanding?
Well, I think, first of all, I'd like to cross-check your facts regarding the fact that it didn't happen during Jonathan. It did happen. And it was, after Jonathan left office, that Trump came in and then removed this thing. I mean, removed the classification. So that is a fact. It doesn't. I was quoting what Tinubu then. He wasn't president. I'm quoting what he said regarding the classification of Nigeria as a country of particular concern. It's a fact. It's there. You just cross-check. Now, the issue of whether the White House is hearing, there are rules, there are procedures, and there are protocols in international relations. You have an ambassador who has access to leadership at the highest level. Now, you don't have it. So how do you expect that the White House will get your message clearly? Is it by a minister writing a letter to Trump, which I'm sure they will trash it should they see it and Trump will not see it? Or is it when you tell them what they already know, that the Constitution provides that we are a secular state? Who doesn't know that? They already know it. So perhaps the rhetoric that we're bringing up has not come to a stage to convince the United States government that we are serious about what we are saying. Now, the issue of whether it is foreign lobbyists is another thing. I do know that there are Nigerians who have cried out and have even gone to address a Congress. Congress on their own, even before they were addressed, had raised these matters. What did the Nigerian government do? Or they thought it was for the fun of it? I agree that yes, a congressman had raised this matter a longest time, but the Nigerian government did not respond to them. It took the cries of Nigerians to go and address them. Possibly they resonated. This cries resonated with what the Congress already believed. And therefore they gave them room to come and address them on the matters. So they are not picking this on the floor, they are crying. In the crime of rape, it is expected that the person whom the crime is about to be committed should shout and cry out for help. Now, if people feel they are killed and they are crying out, people must listen to them.
My apologies.
And
yes.
I would not take it to be foreign lobbyists as such. It has been influenced from the country, and it is influenced by realities.
All right, Mr. Chile, I think that's a fine place to anchor. My sincere apologies were really racing, but I think your points are well noted. We actually got exactly, the questions, and at the end of the day, is for us to look for a way for the people to stop being killed. I think we can all agree, whether it's a genocide or killing of Christians or killing of Muslims or those who are not in any religion, the idea and the big objective is let this killing stop. That is what everybody wants, and this would not be necessary. But I must thank you so much, sir. Chile Igbawa is a member of the Strategy Team Opposition Coalition and a member of the ADC. I know you have a lot of political profile but time will not allow us to run through all of them. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you, sir, for coming through at this time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll be speaking to a doctor who has doing a fantastic work. We'll bring you the details after this break. Join us again.